Hello, it's Sanders. And many of you call me Commish. In Georgia, housing crisis is no longer looming. It's here. It is here, folks. Rents are rising, eviction rates are climbing, and absentee landlords are becoming more common, leaving residents with fewer protections and rising uncertainty. But in 2025, this year, a new bill, House Bill 399, stepped forward to begin addressing these issues. Now, House Bill 399 requires out-of-state landlords who own single-family homes or duplexes here in Georgia to have boots on the ground. In other words, they now must employ at least one in-state representative to handle tenant issues. For tenants, this is more than just a bureaucracy. It's about access. It's about access, folks. It's about having someone local who understands Georgia laws, someone you can call when there's a leak, a security concern, or when you're worried about your family's housing stability. Now, there's pros of House Bill 399. You know, there's also some cons, but we're going to talk about the pros today, okay? We're going to talk about that first. This bill does a few important things for our communities. Better accountability, no more chasing landlords from across the country. Not even in this country. Some are not even local, okay? Not even in the United States. A local representative must now be available to respond. Faster resolution issues, whether it's maintenance or disputes, tenants now have a more direct and local channel to seek help. Potential for stronger local economy. Now, because of this, requiring in-state representatives means more local jobs and more local dollars circulating. Protection of community values. Investors will need to be more involved in the neighborhoods they profit from. Let me say that again. Investors will need to be more involved in the neighborhoods they profit from, potentially curbing predatory or careless ownership. Now, we talked about the pros. Now, you know there's a little bit of cons that are as to this bill. We always going to have the cons. So the cons or limitation is it does not, let me say that again, it does not address rent increases. And a lot of you are looking for rent stability. Owners can still raise rents at will in most Georgia areas. It does not limit bulk investor buying, which has been a huge issue here in the state of Georgia, actually nationwide. Big investors can still purchase large portions of housing stock, potentially driving up prices. Enforcement questions remain. Will all landlords comply, and how will the state ensure they do? So what's next? What can be done? Both at the state, listen to this, both at the state and local level to protect residents and stabilize rents. Now, it's going to be a partnership. It's going to be the responsibility of the state and local government, not just one. The state has to get involved because the state supersedes county laws. Now, the county does have certain home rule authority and jurisdiction, but on this issue, the state has to get involved. So, solutions for state stability. First, let's talk about the state of Georgia. I'm in Georgia. I'm going to talk about Georgia. While Georgia currently does not have statewide rent control, legislators can create legislation capping annual rent increases. Now, some state limits increases to around 3 to 5% annually, protecting renters from price gouging. That's what we need. Require notice period for rent hikes. This gives tenants time to plan and prevent sudden displacements. Encourage affordable housing development through tax credits, zoning, and public-private partnership. Georgia can increase the housing supply to balance demand. Now, at the local level, let's talk about the local level, what can be done. At the local level, cities and counties, county commissioners and city officials, your city council mayors can also take action. Enact ordinances limiting rent hikes on certain properties, especially affordable housing and senior housing. Partner with probate judges, and magistrate courts on eviction prevention. Judges can work with local officials to encourage mediation, payment plans, or alternative resolutions before approving eviction. Let's develop eviction diversion programs with state support. I'm going to say that again and clearly. With state support, local governments can create programs that offer rental assistance or connect tenants to resources during crisis. So this is not just a local government issue. It falls also on the state. Now, there has been some state legislation trying to be put forward. There were some bills that were put forward, but some of them have not made out of committee. Why? I'm going to be honest with you. We have a lot of legislators. We have a lot of officials who are investors, who are landlords. So who is going to vote against their profits? House Bill 399 is just the beginning. It gives communities more control, tenants more access, but the work is far from done. To truly make housing stable, affordable, and fair, we need our state legislators to be bold and pass rent stability laws. This is a non-partisan issue. Republican, Democrat, Independent, whatever you want to call yourself. Our local leaders need to step up and use every tool available to protect residents. Our judges and courts to see eviction not just as paperwork, but a life-altering event deserving compassion and balance. Most of all, we need you, the voters, the residents, the taxpayers. Your voice, your advocacy, your vote. Let's make Georgia a place where families can not just survive, but thrive. Everyone wants to thrive, knowing that where they lay their heads tonight will still be home tomorrow. Stay informed and stay engaged.